Hi, babies. Hi. Hello. I hope this video finds you well. There we go. Hopefully the microphone's available, working, doing its thing. This is a general message, so take what resonates, leave the rest. It is also timeless, so whenever you find it, it is the right time. Please use your own discernment and intuition. Okay, babes? Okay. I will never reach out to you for personal readings because I'm not doing them, and I would not do that anyway. I wouldn't reach out to you as such, like so and whatnot. So definitely not me. Please report those people. Let's get into it, shall we? The cicadas are out there gangbanging, so I hope you get to hear them. Somebody is waiting on you, or you're waiting on somebody. Like, it's like, they're seeing you for what you are, and they're, like, waiting around. It could be romantic, or, like, business, whatever, friendship. Like, they just see what you're, they see you for who you are, and they're, like, hanging around because they're waiting for you to figure it out. How funny! We have the Hanged Man, and look, those people are waiting for that kid. They're like, let the kid play, come on, they'll figure it out eventually, like, that we're waiting. And it's interesting because on that card we have the grandma. She's all patient looking, but the other people aren't. They're like, oh geez, all right, when is this kid gonna quit playing around? And then of course, you know, the other child's like, that's not fair, how come they get to do it and I don't? And we also have a spider on that card. It's interesting because I saw a similar spider this morning at work on my welding machine, so that's very interesting. That's creativity. That's you know, laying your web out and letting the feast come to you, letting the thing come to you. So once again, that's kind of just how I started this off, is like somebody's waiting on you to figure it out, and they're like, you can come to me when you're ready. Whether that's you or this other person, they see what you're going through and what's going on, or vice versa, but they understand that you're not gonna be ready to see it or get it until you're ready. Like, there's no rushing this or pushing on this. They may have pushed on you before, but they realized it went over your head, or like vice versa, like I said. But I'm definitely getting with that, like, grandma in the picture. There's like an elder around that could be like your literal grandma or whatever, but there's like somebody that's like been through whatever the fuck is going on, and they already see it for what it is. They're like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen, like, I know what they're going through. I just gotta be patient with this person and show up for them, because they gotta figure it out for themselves. We have the 9 of Coins in reverse. I'm getting like, this doesn't have to be done by yourself. It doesn't have to be all alone and doing it by yourself. I'm also getting, ask for what you need. Ask for what you need. With the Hermit being at the bottom of the deck, because we have the Seven of Cups upright and the Magician in reverse. Yeah, there's a situation that isn't being read clearly, and there's like, it's because there's so much bullshit going on. I'm also hearing too many cooks in the kitchen. Like, there's so much going on. There's people pulling at the energy. Maybe you're a person that has like a bunch of projects going on, and like you bit off more than you can chew. Like there's distractions everywhere. So you're not able to see things clearly. But with that Hermit at the bottom of the deck, that's being like asking to go within, find some quiet time, like even if it's just a few minutes a day, like just trying to find that so you can finally see things for what they are, instead of this like coming out of this overwhelm, anxiety, distracted energy. Like there's just too much shit going on that it's muddled. You know, it's like if you mixed all those fucking ink pots together, it wouldn't be the color you want. It, you know, unless you like intended to be like, oh, what I want some fucked up color, whatever, I'm gonna mix all of these together. That, either way, you're not gonna be able to finish this tattoo if you already had like planned out like what colors you're gonna use. If you mixed them all together, it would be over. You'd have to pour it again. Like, it just wouldn't work. And the tattoo that she's tattooing it looks like a reaper. So there may be like this energy of like, oh, this is over. Like, I can't believe this. Like, it's on the rocks. Like, this is ridiculous. So, that's what it is. Okay. So you might be thinking like, oh, this is donezo, I can't do this, like this is over, like this is too much, or it's like thinking that it's like a misdirection, or like maybe I fucked up by making this choice, or whatever it is. Like, everything's so fucking hard right now. That's muddled thinking. It's hard because it's nothing good comes easy. Essentially what I'm hearing is like, this is hard because, for one, you're having to move through this muddled thinking, this confused thinking, or, you know, whether this person is doing it, you take it how it fucking resonates. Whether this person's like, you know, confused, or like, oh, this is so hard, like why is shit so hard right now? I'm fucking up, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, that's all that muddled ass thinking. Oops. And thinking like, oh, I'm being manipulated, this is a bad thing. Like, and this Magician in reverse is like being out of touch with things. Like, it's not... Kind of the best way to describe it is like the narcissist living in their weird ass illusion, or like an emotionally immature person living in their world where they think reality is what they're feeling, instead of like letting it pass through them and observing from a more neutral standpoint. They're like, whatever I'm feeling this is it. And I'm seeing the snake on both of these cards, on her tattoo and on the card, on the Magician, like thinking it's a lie, or it's false, or there's manipulation, or some sort of greasy shit, like, oh, I'm getting stolen from, or whatever the fuck. The reality is, there's like a lot of emotions fueling this because you're overwhelmed. You got a lot of irons in the fire. There's a lot of shit happening, and you're like, well, fuck, like, I gotta do this on my own. You really don't. You do not have to do this on your own. I'm also getting, with this person that you're dealing with, or whatever the fuck, however this dynamic is transpiring, they are going through a similar situation, but with a different part of the connection. Like, and honestly, you're one of their fires. You're one of their irons in the fire. Like, they're like trying to like help so bad and like understand or whatever the fuck. Or it's more like, you know, teenagers don't fucking listen. They gotta figure it out on their own. And knowing that they have to figure it out on their own, you're like, man, you shouldn't be playing around. Like, let's say this teenage boy's all into this girl and you can see that girl's trouble and you just know it. And you're like, well, he's gonna have to figure it out on his own. It's like, they're not gonna listen. They're not gonna hear what you're saying or like see that the intent is pure or whatever the fuck. They're gonna have to find out for themselves and learn the lesson on their own. And that's what that hangman is, well, they gotta get it on their own. They gotta learn the message, learn the lesson by themselves. I can't force this upon them. You gotta fuck up, kid, to figure it out. Interesting. So we have the Knight of Cups and the we have 3. I didn't know I had 3. 2 of Blades and the 4 of Wands in reverse. And once again with that 2 of Blades, like, this bitch is like overwhelmed. She's like, fuck, I can't do this. The final notice that she has going on the, because like, look, the kids are arguing in the background. She's overwhelmed. I'm seeing her as like a single mom, like doing the most. The last fucking thing she wants to look at is an overdue bill. However, the overdue bill does need to be looked at. It needs to be, once again, like, there's this emotional component of like, I just can't do this right now. I can't deal with this. So there's like the overwhelm of, you know, there's a mess in her house, the kids are fighting, the kids need, you know, new clothes, whatever the fuck, you know, all this stuff. So it's like, that's what's keeping her away. And see how there's like these little demon guys? Those worries, all of that are what's making her not see the truth. And like, as soon, you know, it's funny because if she chose, like, look, she's like, she chose to put the envelope in her house, right? From the mailbox into her house, but she's not choosing to open it. So there's still a choice here. Like, it's like you are allowing people in to some degree, but not opening it. But little does she know, she doesn't have to do this on her own. There might be even a suggestion in the overdue bill, like, hey, we have grants for people that do this, this, and that, and she would qualify for it. She doesn't have to do it on her own, but she's feeling like she has to. Yeah, I'm definitely hearing ask for what you need. And with that Knight of Cups, I'm kind of seeing this, like, the dynamic between these two people is the lady's like, fuck, dude, I'm trying to go to work. Like, there's real shit going on and you're playing your fucking guitar right now. And he's like, all like, all in love. And she's like, hey, asshole, don't you know reality exists? Like, yeah, that's nice and all, but look at, like, her face is all serious. So there's this dynamic of dreamy, maybe a little bit delusional energy, and then there's like this reality shit. Like, bro, what the fuck? Oh my god, there's like turkeys in the distance making noise. How interesting. I wonder what that's about. So there's like a dynamic between the two of, this group, these people, whatever, where like some are overly dreamy and don't like see the reality of things, and then there's some that are so grounded in reality and what they see in the 3D world that they're not enjoying life. So literally both of these people could learn from each other, and really they don't have to do it on their own. They could depend on each other. But there's this like those fucking now there's a rooster in the distance. So there's like a lot of noise, a lot of calling and pulling in different directions, like the cicadas. This fly needs to fuck right off. Get out. Get out. No. There's a lot of distractions, a lot of noise, and so neither one of these people are really like seeing shit for what it is. Oh. And I'm scratching my head. It's like scratching your head, like wondering, like, what the fuck do I do? But literally, both of these people could make it work. Like, they could really benefit off of each other's differences to come more into balance. Because when I split the deck, it's gone now. It was Justice in reverse. There's an imbalance. Each are in different worlds. Because like homie's got like a little fairy thing by his head, and he's like thinking all cute and fantasy and all this, and this chick's like, yo, I just stepped in pigeon shit. Pigeons are rats of the air. Like, just really, motherfucker, I just stepped in pigeon shit with my $400 shoes. So there needs to be literally these two people could 100% benefit off each other and work together so well. But there's this, with that 7 of Cups, all this muddled. This lady's ear looks really fucking weird. It looks like a maze. So things are getting lost through hearing and translation. And because these people are so different, the translation is lost because they can't speak the same language. It's just a matter of putting patience in there. With that Hanged Man, which one person can be in this like whiny ass tantrum energy of this child, right? See the little girl going like, this isn't fair. Or you could be in the grandma energy where it's like, all right, let's fucking wait it out. I'm dying soon. Like, why should I rush? Like, it's just that knowledge, that wisdom that only comes with time and experience. And I'm getting like both have that, but in different ways. So there's like this energy of like not getting along, and because this 4 of Wands upright would be like celebration, like coming together. Sometimes that's like a wedding, just dope ass shit, like a happy family, we're here together, like, oh, it's a 4-year-old party, like, yeah, that's dope, good job for living 4 years, you don't even know. But since it's in reverse, it's like disharmony, sadness, like, it's like your fucking electricity or your gas gets shut off at your house, so you, like, during the winter, so you're, like, having to make all these phone calls, and it's all stressful and all this shit, and you're trying to figure it out on your own, but you don't need to, because there's a fucking community. But there's this rigidity of seeing just like, it's like not wanting to have a conversation or be like hearing it properly, because there's like, oh, what's at the end of that conversation? What if it's bad? It's like almost like that. I can't take any more heartbreak. I can't take any more drama, conflict. I'm just gonna not do this. And this other person, whichever, I'm kind of seeing it's both, but this other, the other person is waiting there, like, they have to see it on their own. They have to realize, like, and that could be, it's really highlighted here with that 2 of Blades. It's like, that's a decision. Are you going to decide to have the conversation and, you know, try to see things from a different perspective and balance each other out? Or are you just going to choose to avoid it and then lose this? What's up with it? Yeah, there's definitely this like fantasy. Yeah. And that it's interesting because both people think they like have to do it on their own or whatever, and it's really not. And it's interesting because both of these people, like, they look like strangers, but they're wearing the same exact colors. So it's like, oh, we're twinning out, like, we're friends, we're cool, like, we're on the same vibe. Yet, they're so different. 10 of Wands. And really what boils down is this fucking stress on both parties. I'm getting with this, the energy of the, you know, creative, like, fantasy person on that end of the, they feel a lot and aren't aware that it's just they need to ride the wave instead of acting right then. And the logical person waits too fucking long, and because they're like, oh, I need to calculate and, you know, use all my I'm also hearing you are not the one that you think, like, let's say you think you're the logical one, you're probably the fantasy one. I'm hearing that it's surprisingly switched. That you're actually riding the emotional waves but unaware of it, and vice versa. Like, you're sitting too long in logic that it's like wearing on you with that 10 of Wands. Like, there's too much being pent up or flowing through. Like, it's just a lot. There's too much going on here. Bitch, the fucking Hermit came out. So, like, there needs to be some quiet time where you're not, like, taking in social media or anything like that. Like, true quiet time, like dead silence. However you can get that, fucking get it. Hierophant in reverse. There needs to be a different approach, because I'm getting, like, both people, like, the fantasy person is like, oh, well, this person needs to take care of it. Like, I'm doing the most. And the logical person is thinking the exact same thing. This person needs to take care of it. I'm doing the most. And what really needs to happen, and there needs to be teamwork. Having a conversation, sitting down, like, hey, like, this is where it's at. However, each person has, like, this weird resistance to doing it. Whether it's because it's like, oh, I already know what the fuck, or it might just be one person, actually, because I'm looking at that dude in the green jacket, like, turning it with his back turned. It's like someone's not listening to their heart. Instead, they're, like, getting caught up in their emotions. Ooh. Also, if, like, any of these people got advice from somebody in the past that was a friend, like, let's say, because I keep hearing that rooster in the distance, it's like a cocky person that, like, drops some knowledge on you or whatever, or on this person. They were full of shit. They had no fucking idea. They just said it with confidence. So, you big ass fucking wasp. They were full. They had confidence in what they were saying. Oh, I gotta roll up my windows. It's about to get loud as hell. All right. They just came out with this cocky energy. So you believe them because you're like, oh, well, you said it with confidence. So what the fuck? Yeah, they were full of shit. Or whether this person took it or whatever. And this is, like, part of their advice that they've gotten. And it truly... it wasn't helpful. This person has this is just a random side note. This person has an illusion that they have it all together because, like, let's say they make good money and they have what they consider to be success, but that's not what you consider to be success. Like, you have different views of success, and this person was basically crossing a line by assuming that they have it together because from your perspective, they don't. If you were to get into their mind and live in their body for a day and how they think and live, like, you would be like, oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, so this person's like, that's just a side note. So if you took this person's advice and, like, now it's kind of blowing up in your face, that's why. There needs to be a different approach with that Hierophant in reverse. And that's, doing this teammate shit. Or let's say in the past, you've always, like, been like, well, we gotta do this. Like, I gotta do this. This has to happen like this. A plus B equals C. Like, we're in fucking not good times or whatever. So, like, alarm bells are going off, whatever the fuck. It's different this time. For one, you're a completely different fucking person. And two, this is a completely different person. This isn't somebody that hurt you in the past. This isn't... And I'm getting, it's like, this person sees that you're... Like I said, it's kind of both. But this person sees that you're operating out of that, like, past energy. They can see it. It's just that... that wise elder vibe. They're like, they just gotta figure out things themselves. And you might be in the same exact shit. Like, both of y'all are, like, thinking the same thing, but it's like there's a fucking disconnect because there's two different languages being spoke, but there's a way to mediate or I can't think of the word. Oh my god, that's driving me crazy. Anyway, there's a way to come together and interpret. There we go. There's a way to interpret this appropriately. It's going to take patience and work. And I'm getting with that 10 of Wands being on top of that Knight of Cups where there's two people living in two different worlds. That feels like, bro, I can't give any more. I've given enough. Which literally you have the ability to. It's just a matter of pulling yourself out of these emotions and like going into that hermit mode and taking a breath and being like, okay, I don't have to do this right now. Judgment card. Literally, like, you see this chick, I almost said this bitch. This bitch is walking out the door. She's done. You've already left any sort of, like, toxicity and bullshit like that because you've done enough work. You've paid that karmic debt. This is not that situation. This is different. Like I said, thinking this is from the past or whatever, like, you're not in this toxic energy anymore. Like, see how these people are, like, this chick's fucking, like, crying and drinking, and this dude's like, yeah, you wanna fuck or what? Come dance on my cock. Like, just weird shit like that. Like, you're not in that energy anymore. You're not being used. You've met this energy that, and like I said, it could be anything: friends, family, coworker, boss, whatever the fuck, however it resonates for you. It could be several things in your life. You're not, this isn't, you paid that shit off. You paid that debt off. You're in a whole new fucking thing. You've been called to a higher place and you're in that higher place. However, your mind is still there. So the mind needs to chill the fuck out, essentially. I did see the Empress there, so mommy problems. Or also that's being asked to like come at this connection or, you know, whatever feud or whatever's happening with a like loving motherly approach. Like and we have the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck, coming at it with like, oh, an understanding, patient approach. All right, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. How interesting. So what did I say? Mommy problems. That's like, this represents the mother, that sweetness, the intuitive, all of that shit. Like, you're thinking it's that, or, you know, this person is thinking that, like, oh, it's some manipulative ass bitch using her emotions, you know, that type of thing. It's really not. We also have the Death in reverse. Yeah, it's hanging on to we got a ghost right there. So that is somebody, some Queen of Cups energy in reverse. It doesn't have to be male or female, like, just, it's just an energy. This person was very manipulative with their emotions. They were I like to call them the emotional terrorists. Like, they have, it's, their emotions are always important and all of that. So it's causing both of these people to be like, oh, this is the ghost of that past. This is that ghost, like, haunting me of, oh, this, like, they fucked you up. They fucked this person up. Whoever they were, like, this ghost that, like, haunts them all the time, this Queen of Cups in reverse, like, they were just top tier piece of shit. The biggest turd we've ever seen. Like, they did some serious damage. They were as karmic as they get, as toxic as they get. They haunt this person all the time because they were full on crazy. And, or you, whatever, take it as it resonates. But when you look, bitch, what did I say? That grandma energy, bringing that sweet mothering grandma energy to this is how it's going to be healed. Because this, if you're like seeing this, or, you know, you've experienced this person did a fucking number on this individual or you. Like, this fly needs to get out. I got it out before I put the windows down, and now it's all trying to be all nosy and shit. Fuck off. They just, so grandma energy needs to be met here. Like, that nurturing, patient, or grandpa energy, however you want to reach it. Like, just that patient, like, knowledgeable, like, no, you got to figure it out for yourself, but I'll give guidance here and there, but I'll still rock with you while you're fighting this demon, like, you know, hunting this ghost, if you will. And it's holding on to that ghost, and it's really just fucking this person up, fucking them up, because and this could have been their mom, quite honestly, but she has the third eye, like, dot on her head. So this person was intuitive, but they used it against, like, they used their skills for bad. So whether it was they were really good at, like, how to fuck with people and manipulate, or they did magic, weird shit like that. Like, this, I'm gonna say all of the above. They were just quite terrible. Difficult, if you will. Yeah, I'm gonna rock with you while you fight this demon. You don't have to do it alone. But, you know, I'm not gonna let you treat me like shit. I'm also seeing now that Knight of Cups card is, that could be your logical and fantasy side of you internally coming into battle. We have the Six of Blades. Yeah, this is like somebody just like not moving on from these rough waters. And it's all fucking mental, dude. Like, you're not even in that anymore. This person isn't even in that anymore. But mentally, they're still there. Like, whatever the fuck this Queen of Cups in reverse energy did, like I said, it can be male or female. It doesn't have to be, you know, whatever. But, it sure did a number on them. Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, eventually it will, like, sort itself out, but I'm seeing that Four of Cups. Oh, jeez. Ow, jeez, ow. Jeez, ow, Pete. Keep putting your hand out until they reach it, until they grab it. Obviously, don't overextend yourself. Like, you have to take care of yourself, or vice versa. You know, this person has to put their needs first too. But this person, like, they're not gonna see that they're reaching out, you're reaching out for help, because they might just think that you're trying to, like, point and laugh at them or whatever while they're drowning. But you just have to keep offering that, like, extending that hand and showing up, because this person hasn't had anybody, like, really show up for them the way they show up for people. They're that person. Like I said, only if this fucking resonates. Like, don't be going to your toxic ex that treats you like shit or whatever. You're gonna know this person is, like, for real. Like, they have a good, honest heart, but they're, like, you see their hurt. Or vice versa, you know, this is you, and this person is like, all right, I guess I'll keep putting my hand out. Eventually, they'll see it. Like, you do need to open your eyes, or, you know, this person does, and see the world around them. The Four of Cups is coming to a realization and actually seeing it and accepting the help. See, that homie is trying to give him a water bottle, and like, oh, my fucking cups dropped. This is some bullshit. I spent fucking $10 on that one cup of coffee. Or I could see that person being like, they were supposed to have a park date with their crush, and their crush, like, didn't show up for them, when this other person's like, hey, I like you, what's up? Dude, I split it again in the Empress again. So and it definitely needs to be met with some nurturing, like, kind, understanding, loving energy. Fuck off, fly. No. Get out. The High Priestess. I heard cunning with this. Strength in reverse. Ace of Cups. Shit. And the Chariot in reverse. Fucking A, man. Ugh. It's like two people witnessing each other's power and being like, oh shit, I don't know if my power is enough to match theirs. Even though, like, it's the best love, the best win, like, the greatest emotional fulfillment ever. But it's like, oh, but I don't have control over it because my power isn't enough. Yeah, it's just like not seeing, until this person sees their power, you see their power, your power, and know that you can match up, you can be on their level, or vice versa. And taking control of yourself, like knowing, like, I have control of myself, I have control of my life, and that's all I need to do. I don't need to control anything else. yeah, essentially what's happening is this insecurity of like, oh, am I not smart enough? Am I not cunning enough? Am I missing something? Is there something hidden beneath the surface? Like, it's almost like this is too good to be true, so I'm gonna sabotage. Like, I'm gonna pull out the old trick bag and see what's really happening. But, dude, legit, this is the love of a lifetime. The emotional fulfillment of a lifetime. Like, somebody that you could truly trust and care, like, be with, and they can trust you. You can, like, it's perfect. It's a good team effort here. Like, everybody would win in this connection if they let go of control, let go of the reins, and saw their own, each person's own power. Like, knowing that it measures up. And what I'm getting is these people have dealt with, this is going to sound fucked up, but like lesser people. And so, and because those people were lesser and didn't have their own power or didn't know it, they sabotaged and they did all this shit. So you're thinking, or this person's thinking like, oh, well, there's something I'm missing. There's something hidden because there's no fucking way. Like, no. And with that Ace of Cups, with it being the swimming team, it's just going to take practice and showing up. And, you know, the only reason this team won the cup is because they all showed up to practice. They knew each other's strengths and said, okay, you're better at the breaststroke than me, so you go do the breaststroke and I'll do this one. Or you go do the dive, so the team wins, or whatever. Like, knowing each other's weaknesses and strengths and lifting each other up in that and allowing that. Like, it doesn't have to, once again, you don't have to do it on your own. Like, that can't, it just, and I'm getting, it's like there's this ebb and flow of shit happening. Ooh, there is one person that does not like change at all. No. Nope. Yeah. And you know what's interesting? So we have the Chariot in reverse. Look, that's like this fucking longboard getting out of control. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands, which it's like that homie got in a wreck and, you know, fucked himself up. His legs all fucked up, his arm, he got beat up, whatever. And this person, it's like he's being laughed at, like he's having, they're like, ah, dumbass, you were on your fucking skateboard, that's what you get. It's like that shitty ass advice, like really, or like somebody's words just really like ringing in your ear, like, because they said it with such arrogance and cockiness and quote, like, we'll say confidence, that you thought it was true. And so there's this wound, or this person did whatever, there's this wound within of like, oh, I don't want to humiliate myself again. They're like, bitch, I told you not to get with that guy. I told you not to be friends with her. Like, whatever it is. I told you not to get that job, dummy. So, like, there's this always, like, having to look out for yourself. Like, I don't want to be humiliated again. So I'm being extra vigilant. Like, keeping shit in, holding shit back, being cunning because this is fucked up. It's like the world taught me I had to be this way. You don't. This person is literally on your fucking level. Or vice versa. Whatever the fuck. You know what it is. I split the deck, Queen of Wands in reverse. It's that insecurity of like not realizing what... Bitch. I split the deck and look what we have here. Keep reaching your hand out with the star card. Keep reaching your fucking hand out. That is crazy. I love that shit. Like, until they reach back. Damn. The ego needs to be taken out of it though, because there might be we have the sun underneath that. So we have the star and the sun. That's healing, that's wish fulfillment, that's like good happiness. Like, the fucking clouds are parting, the storm's going away. That And there is an end in sight. There is light at the end of the tunnel. It's just this dark time, and it has to be like self-care, taking care of yourself, letting this person figure it out on their own, keep reaching out, but pull your ego out of it, because you're like, well, this person isn't listening to me, or whatever the fuck. Like, you have to pull your ego out of it and know that you've been blind, or you might be right now blind to some other bullshit. So it has to be of just like genuinely coming from an honest, like, this chick looks like she's doing charity work. Like, she's not going to get anything back, like, physically, right? But she's going to get the feeling of like, I did the right thing. Even if that bum threw his feces at me, I at least did the right thing. I know that I did my best. And letting go of the expectation is what's going to help. Because then your ego isn't going to be all like, well, I failed, so fuck it, why should I bother? That's a defeating mindset and setting you up for failure. So, we have the 5 of coins in reverse. There might be this feeling of a person's higher than the other or whatever. That's just the insecurity. That's not true. Both of you are abundant, powerful beings. Whoever this fucking Queen of Cups in reverse, like, seriously did some fucked up shit. Like, they really took advantage of their intuitive gifts and their ability to read people and know what triggers them and all that stuff. They were honestly the worst. Like, I'm getting Trojan horse energy for sure. What's true is both of you are abundant. Both of you are on the same level. And it just has to be an acknowledgement of that. And being okay with stepping into your power and knowing how powerful you are. Yeah, their power might look different, but you're just as powerful. And you need to be working together because you can balance each other out. Alright, babies, I think that's it. I think that's the fucking message right there. 6 of coins at the bottom of the deck. That's sharing your gifts, sharing your skills, balance, ebb and flow. Sometimes you give, sometimes I give. Sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes it's 90-10. Sometimes it's 75-25. Or sometimes there's even a third entity involved that needs to help out. Like, there's another person, like, helping out. Because I'm seeing the 3 of Pentacles in my mind. That might be a counselor or somebody that's willing to help out, like a elder or whatever, that's like, oh honey, like, it's really just this, like, y'all need to fucking get your panties out of a knot and just know that it's just an illusion. Like, you two are, like, supposed to work together. This is supposed to be a thing. And know that you, like, both people need to realize that there's times when you're in poverty and times when you're in abundance. And if you two are working together, there may be times where one person needs more and the other one doesn't. And so, like, they can ebb and flow in that. Like, there's never going to be a time where you're both down and out. And on that, I end that. Thank you, babies. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. Thank you for all your comments, subscribes, likes, all that good stuff. Your dope-ass donations. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Bye.